because I did the exact same thing with the other leg last
Hello,
night.
I am
I'm
Soros,
like,
and I am
for
the Dungeon
fuck's
Master
sake.
for Natural Sex.
Get it there next time though.
Hi, I'm Chef. I play
I did
William
it.
Mastermind
What
Bard.
did he do?
Oh, it's Littlefinger Nice.
Hey, I'm Giga Joe
Oh, it's he.
32.
He did.
I play a human
Is that
paladin
Brian?
woman
It's
named
Travis.
Minerva.
No, it's Brian.
Hi, I'm
No,
Elmo.
it's Travis.
Your mum's
play
Not that,
Travis.
the halfling
not that
wizard.
smelly cabbage.
Hey, I'm Naomi, and I play Everest Doga,
Hey,
the
that
Dragonborn
stinky
That's
cabbage man
Travis.
is a baby, and I
My
love
name
him.
is Inara, and I
No,
play
he's a
Alpha
fucking
who
stinky
is
cabbage man.
I
clone
want to
fighter.
give him a big hug,
Hello
and
there, I'm
and
Wanderer.
his little beard
I play
hairs
Eris
would
Armin,
be all
a human
like fluffy.
gunslinger.
Hello, I'm Wynngs, and
Them's the
I
facts,
play
and you
Bill
fucking know it.
the gnome
Matt, who's fucking
artificer.
Who's
We
fucking
are
it?
Natural 7. We are a group of nerdy ass friends who sit around a digital table and play Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh,
Dungeons
started.
and Dragons or Dungeons and Dragons? Great.
We will be playing this. It won't be released, but we are playing this on Easter. So happy Easter, everyone! Late
Happy
Easter, who's
Easter,
watching?
everybody.
Yeet.
Eggs.
Chef.
Eggs and colors and
Last we
I
left
mean it's
off,
less great for us.
Shush.
as the party finished the ritual to save Glacius from the blight touch disease that he brought upon himself. Without anyone in the party noticing, Alpha was able to sneak and travel his way through the night and halfway through the next day to his home village of Pesca Beach. You guys, not really thinking he was in much danger, decided to find your way to an inn, the Lion's Landing, and buy rooms for the night. Wing getting a deal on his room.
I made him.
Glacius
I paid him
overpaid.
in emotions for this.
After a night's rest, you all woke. Before everyone went to sleep, Glacius and Eris went down to the cove of Torrentala and did a show. Glacius turning into a killer whale and Eris being like the instructor of the show. Did a halfway decent performance. The Turtles found it amazing. But you guys didn't roll very well on your performance checks.
I did amazing
Yeah,
considering.
I just don't
Okay.
roll well.
I did amazing
Okay.
considering
Gods
the
hate
work
us.
I-
As you guys returned, Glacius put a fish on Bilker's head, and everyone
Yeah.
went to sleep. As you all
I will
awoke,
get revenge.
The international turtle breeding.
Don't interrupt him.
As you all awoke, you all went down for breakfast. Everest and I think it was Minerva or Glacius. I think it was Glacius. Went out. Everest and Glacius went out for about 2 hours trying to find Alpha within Torntala, but with no success, returned to the tavern. And after nidbits of breakfast, Everest questioning Wing on if he knew or if he could help find Alpha's location. Wing continued to persist that he was okay. Everest remembering Alpha's hometown and thinking that is the most logical place that he would go. She asked around and eventually, with the help of Minerva and Glacius, head off into the wilderness and the jungle to reach Pesca Beach. As Wing uses his flying carpet to get there a tad bit faster. Arriving, Wing talks to Alpha and is asked to leave him alone. So Wing does so. Excuse me. A few moments later, Everest, Glacius, and Minerva would arrive. And after a warning from Wing to leave Alpha alone, Everest goes out and sits with him for the remainder of the session. We cut back to Torntala, where Bilker finds a blacksmith, and with a little bit of convincing and deal making, Bilker is able to use this blacksmith for most likely the duration that he needs to rebuild his Iron Defender. While Eris goes back and forth between helping Bilker and the blacksmith himself. You do learn of a blueprint that the blacksmith wishes to use ironwood from Wildmouth to maybe build these spears and make them more effective. And both of you got a little bit interested in that. This wood that is almost as strong as iron and steel. And it can't be burned by non-magical fire. or at least it won't burn away. It will like blacken, but it won't burn away. As Glacius takes Minerva on a giant hawk fishing trip, he catches one of the biggest fish Pesca Beach has ever seen. And on their return, a feast would be cooked in their honor with that fish and a few other fishes from the catch of the day. As Wing traveled to the center of the island, picking two of the Go Rule fruits from the mouth of the volcano, summoning a lava elemental, shaking the entire core of the island itself. At least just the main island of Rivendell. Who knows if the other summer isles felt the shock. But as it calmed down and you all went back to yourselves, Glacius and Minerva, you joined the party and partied in Pesca Beach along with the turtles there. Wing made his way and just reaching the perimeter of Torrentala, heading to the shaman's tent. Bilker working through the night on your Iron Defender, and Afa and Everest sitting on the beach. I will ask you all. Sentinels of Blackrock, what would you like to do?
I'd like to cast Enhance ability Eagle Splendor on myself and walk into the shaman's tent.
It's night. The sun is falling. The moon is high in the sky. You're not gonna go in her tent?
Nah, not at nighttime. That's just rude.
That's where he draws the line.
Yeah.
Your morals are strange.
Not really.
Awful chaotic. I have a strict moral code, but no one knows what the fuck it is.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's all over the
Yep.
fucking show.
Yep. I'll whip out my
Exactly.
magic carpet and just gently float on over to the place where I think sleep is attainable.
The
But
tavern.
you do have your room at the Lion's Landing.
I'll do.
Right, so Wing heads over to the Lion's Landing.
Is Alpha still asleep? Because I know he slept for most of the day.
I would say roughly about this time is when you would start to wake up. Because you have been sleeping all day, technically.
How long would that go into the fest?
Like,
You
is there
would
still a
wake.
party?
And yeah, you could hear the drums being beat. There is a big bonfire in the center of the village, and you hear like singing and laughing. Sounds like a good old time.
Nice.
I don't imagine they have. We'll see. Thoros?
Bilker and Eris are in the blacksmith tent. Wing is going to sleep. Glacius and Minerva. Is there anything in particular you guys are doing at the party, or are you just chilling out?
Is there any see-through
Just
container?
chilling.
All right.
So, can you hear me? Wait, can you?
Yeah.
Thoros, can you hear Elmo?
Yeah, I can hear Elmo.
I cannot.
You cannot? Oh no.
I can hear.
Hold on.
Reconnect the
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah,
I
we've
can
been
hear you,
hearing
Elmo.
Elmo. He's been.
Mhm.
Oh,
You don't
Oh,
like these.
wait.
Please
No,
don't.
Thora left.
I don't think
Thora's
he's coming back.
connection.
Yeah. Can you hear me back? Can you hear me now?
Thoros?
Thoros.
We can't hear
Hello?
Thoros.
Hello?
Hello,
Hi,
Thoros.
Hello?
Thoros. Can
Hear you,
me?
Elmo. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We did it,
Yeah.
Reddit.
Elmo's been wanting to do something.
Okay. Cool. My thing's very simple. Is there any see-through containers? They probably don't have glass bowls, but like,
Not see-through, no.
damn it. Cool. Do they have any like, not large containers, but like, I can like hold it, like it's big in my hands because I'm a halfling.
They
Container.
have like a nice like weaved basket, I guess.
Okay, those don't work. That's fine. I'll just party and chill.
Eris,
You guys have fun.
what are you doing?
Well, let's see. It's in the evening, I think, for us over there.
Yes, it is in the evening.
Well, I guess before she goes to bed, she wants to have a look around there. Are there, as far as the turtles go, or I guess any shops, are there bookstores, libraries, any sort of place
Right
like
now,
that?
everything would be closing because it's nighttime. Torrentala isn't one of the nightlife cities. It seems to just calm down. The blacksmith you're in seems to be the only business that's still like lights on and noise coming from it.
Mm-hmm. As far as like closed buildings, though, anything I could probably make out.
You do see there is on this street. This is where most of the human influenced or the empire influenced stores. There is like a semi library. You could make it, and then there is like a basic cloth and like leather shop that you do also see, but they're currently closed at the moment.
Okay, she'll just make a note of that before she'll probably head back to just check in on the room situation, all that, because she doesn't know if everyone else is back yet.
Sounds good.
So Everest would wait until Alpha is pretty much awake.
You see him open his eyes, and he like wipes the corners of them as he looks out to the ocean, but he is awake.
Hey Alpha, there's a party going on in the town. Apparently, Glacius caught a very large fish, so now they're celebrating.
Hey, I helped.
No.
Glacius and Minerva did. But,
It does not seem like a good time to be celebrating.
suppose so. But I think it's time to put this on the back burner for at least a little bit and take care of ourselves. I know I haven't eaten since breakfast, and I don't think you've eaten anytime soon. Anytime recently.
If you need to eat, by all means. And he like motions towards the village.
I think you should as well. Do you want anything?
Right now, no.
Alright. I'll be back in a couple minutes. And she'll get up and try and go find food.
And you do take the walk back across the white beach towards Pesca Village. And the gates are open. And as you walk in, you do see like there's dancing going around the bonfire. And you do see Glacius is currently being like crowd surfing at the moment as they are bringing out the fish fully cooked and getting ready to serve it with a collection of other fish. But you do see this very beautiful rainbow, like large, 8 feet long, 50-pound rainbow trout being like carted out by 4 turtles as Glacius is like being crowd surfed to the stage. As they cut it, Minerva, you're standing like at the bottom of the stage. And Everest, you see Minerva, so you approach her as they cut the first piece and hand it to you, Glacius.
Woo! Just very, like.
This is the greatest catch that Pesca Beach has ever seen. We honor Glacius Wobblegong and Minerva Lapel.
I thought Glacius had told them that
Gino.
his
Gino.
name.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Gino and Minerva for their excellence in fishing. And there's
Yeah.
pause as Minerva, you are handed the next piece of fish.
You guys having fun?
Yeah, I helped catch this.
Nice.
Yeah, she did. And the glacier looks slightly sad. Did how's Alpha doing?
Could be better.
See. Well, I hope he feels better. Thought maybe this would help, but I guess not.
He's not exactly in a partying mood, and I don't blame him.
Understandable. But hey, it's a feast. You didn't eat very much. I don't remember.
That's
I remember
why I'm
everything.
here.
I remember everything. Iglesias is gonna do that after.
You mind helping
Gracious,
me
what
grab
we do-
some for Rafa as well?
Oh, this is for Rafa.
Okay.
He shows the plate of food that it's like
Nice.
it's a lot.
Nice. But Everest
Yeah.
would grab some as well, and then make her way back to Alpha.
So Everest does exit the village.
Unless
I'll
Glacius
get-
is coming with, then she would grab the plate for Alpha as well, and take it to him.
Oh, shit. Okay, fine. I'll come with. I'll turn around.
So
Minerva, don't have to
Minerva,
put all that.
Minerva, as three turtles try to tell you a very large story at the same time, three different stories, and you try to
Oh,
listen to all
boy.
three of them. Glacius and Everest, you exit the village and start heading back towards Alpha. You do sit back down in your spot. As Glacius, you do see Alpha is currently skipping stones into the water.
Okay. I don't retain anything they say. He rolled a 6. Ah, my eczema's itchy. Give me a second, please. Okay. I'll get the plate of food. Set, like, sit down next to Alpha. Not saying anything. This is my plate of food. I eat it, because Everest has the other one for Alpha and herself.
Oh, so you gave it to me. Okay.
Yeah, you said you took it.
No, I said unless you were coming with, then she would have took it.
Oh.
But
Oh, I'll give it to
So
you.
we'll say you
please.
have Alphas. So as Glacius, Everest is sitting like a little bit away from Alpha. But Glacius, you do approach and you sit down and you put are you handing him the food or are you just putting it down in front of him?
I put it down. Not in front of him, but like next to him. So it's like,
You
oh,
put
it's
it down
there,
next
but
to
you know
him
what
as he skips a rock, and it does skip like 4 or 5 times into the ocean. Glacius, you sit down and take a bite of your food.
Not saying anything. Just warming the water a little bit. And I will wait for Alpha to type. And if it's something, if it's an action, then I will speak. If it is not, then if it is talking, then I will respond because that's how conversations work.
Yes, that is how
That-
conversation.
Because that is how social interactions go. normally.
yes.
Yeah.
As Glacius, the 22 intelligence wizard, explained to us how conversations work.
Good
You
job.
also have to realize 7 charisma.
That is true.
Uh-huh.
He's a very smart halfling, just not very sociable.
Rip.
Yeah. He's like, he knows things. He's just like,
You know, when you told me that story about Genyu, I thought I understood. But I did not really understand until last night. And he skips another stone. This one is a bit harder.
that shit. God damn it. Fucking.
Oh no. He's gonna be right back.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oof.
Oof. Oof.
And then it fades to someone else while that roleplay is put on hold.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of curses and then runs off.
As Bilker, the blacksmith does tell you that he would like to get some sleep soon. So if you could finish up your work,
I finish up my work then.
and he'd be more than happy to lend you one of his chests that are empty that could be locked. So you don't have to keep hauling the Iron Defender back and forth every day.
I will gladly
So I will
appreciate
say
that.
he puts a padlock on it and he hands you, so you can write down you have a padlock key
Okay.
for the chest.
He's back.
The
Back.
fact that you're
Are you
making
okay?
me write this down makes me a little worried.
Elmo, you back? I can't hear him.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I can hear him.
Yay.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, not yet.
Yay.
Not yet, Alpha. Okay. Parents told me it was something important, then he said never mind, then I had to run back upstairs. Yeah.
Well, Alpha says, you know, when you told me that story was about Genyu, I thought I understood, but I did not really understand until last night.
It's a lot more difficult to process, and I had no idea that it was going to put you through that. Like I had to experience it. But, he just like stares at the water for a little bit. And he's gonna try to grab a rock and then skip it too. Probably not as hard, but
Make an athletics check.
where the fuck is my dice? I got it. Mesa bacala. 22.
Okay. It skips about 5 times. That you
I said
skipped it
weekly.
so well. Your necromancy. Do you really think it can save Genyu? Make him like he was before.
I want to believe so. And if there's even the slightest chance, then I have to take it. Because that's what he deserves. If I can save Kenny, then I'm going to do it. I know you can understand that. Shit. Groovy Butt, oh. I had Groovy Butt muted, I'm sorry.
Same.
Oof.
That is not what I asked. This is not a game of chance. I am not asking you if it is a likely or a good wager. Do you think it will save him?
I'll look at him. I'm going to save him. I'll skip another rock. And then take a bite of my fish, because, no wait, it's gonna fucking start being cold.
This segment of Eno typing is brought to you by Dwarven Forge. Dwarven Forge, something we don't use.
Yeah. It's not
I
made
use
by
it.
actual dwarves, because they're not.
I use it, but I just
Don't tell the
like,
kids
hit the
those.
pieces together because we don't have maps. I have 2 pieces, one in each hand, and I go now kiss, and it's great. It's a great time.
Squidward, pickle, kiss.
Dwarven Forge. Take 2 pieces and make them kiss.
Fulfill all of your fanfic needs.
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry,
gee.
most of them.
Alright.
Downtime between typing.
Okay.
It's alright.
You can take your time, buddy.
We have to
It's
fill
very
it. No, I know. I'm saying we have to fill it. We have to fill
I
the
know.
silence.
This is just filler.
With just screaming.
Just screaming. Eh.
No, chef, not actually.
No.
No.
Not the terrible.
Oh
He's
no,
gonna
we're
delete his
ruining
entire
this
text.
perfectly serious moment.
All right. Okay. What you allowed to happen to Genyu, it was not right. But I shall tell you something. The day that Genyu died, I might have been able to save him. He fell, and I did not look to see him, because I was too busy trying to get to Malekith. And he skips another stone.
That's not the same, Wafa. Yes, you can feel. I can see why you would feel guilt that way, and it's reasonable. But what I did wasn't just I made a mistake. It was evil at that. Something that no sane person would do. Well, you saw what I did. Who does that to their friend, let alone their best friend? I got too caught up in my fucking hubris, and that happened. Even that good of a reason. And he takes another stone. Just doesn't even skip it. Just chucks it into the water.
Imagine Everest is just eating.
She's like
Just
tuning
like-
into this conversation, but she's politely staying out of it.
Just popcorn.
The third
Good
wheel.
berries. You didn't. Ganyu may have died, but he died knowing that you guys tried your best. You did. If you had another chance, you would have saved him. For me, it was, why is my friend hurting me? Why is all of this happening? Just confusion and betrayal. I broke him. He doesn't even know what words to say to himself. He's just gonna go back to eating because he doesn't know what to do with his hands. Fuck, this fish is good. Ah, dang it, I cracked all my knuckles earlier.
What?
I'm trying to crack my knuckles, but I did it all earlier. So I gotta wait.
As a cooldown.
Yeah,
This
it's cool then.
segment of typing is brought to you by Bilker's Iron Defender. Will it ever be
It's
fixed?
fucking dead.
Yes, it will be fixed. Or Bilker's last name is not Bilker, not Yarrick.
It's Jeff.
Bilker's last name isn't it?
Shh.
Shh.
All the same, if I could do it again, I would save him. If you could do it again, you would save him. I imagine he takes a second. We both failed Genyu. We cannot fail him again. I am not one who knows magic, not like you do. Your betrayal may feel worse, but only you can save him from Vecna. I cannot. But if I can help in any way, you must tell me.
Deep breath. I can do that. Of course, I'm gonna be a lot more careful about all of that. But I will figure out a way to help him, to save him. I'd be glad if you could help me. Oh, also, little quirk that Glacius has. If you look over while he's doing it, after he says that, he's blinking a lot. So,
Nervous.
He does-
Insight
yeah.
check, Glacius.
sure, go ahead.
1d20 plus 11. That's a 29 there, buddy.
29.
Jesus.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
He's
The
really
blinking.
happy.
Okay. The blinking means that Glacius is he usually does it when he's like really emotional, but doesn't want to like outwardly show it. Like the first day he went to the keep and heard that Genyu was dead, he kind of took it upon himself and then just like started like looked down, just started blinking a few times, and your brain goes back to that. And then you might have seen him like do it a few times for like a few seconds, but he's doing this for like consistently for like a minute.
Gotta blink so he doesn't cry.
Just thinking. Not like longer than a minute. It's like till like Alpha talks again. Do. Keep calm and put the Oreos
Of
in the milk.
Enotyping is brought to you by
Sadness.
Oreos taste good.
Eris's new guns. Eris's new gun.
Yay.
Oreos.
And the next one will be brought to you by Bilka's soon-to-be
Alpha has email.
Hush.
Appa kneels down to eye level with Glacius, the first time he's looked anyone in the eye since leaving the shaman's tent. He holds his hand out, curved at the elbow, apparently some kind of promissory ritual. No matter what happens, I will not fail Genyu again.
Oh.
Not fail him either.
I will also kneel and then try to copy what he's doing with his arm. And take his
You're doing
hand.
like a Spartan forearm handshake? Is that what you guys are doing?
I think so. That's what I'm imagining.
That's what I'm imagining too.
Like my arm barely like reaches the entirety of his arm. His arm just like wraps around mine.
Glacius, you do embrace Alpha's arm as he reaches it out to you.
I promise to not fail him either.
Nice.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you both give each other a silent nod. Is Alpha going to sit back down? Or is he going to go join the people inside?
Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo.
This segment of Enotyping is brought to you by Minerva's family.
Ew.
Oh.
They're over there now.
Oh.
They all died.
Wait, Wait,
Rip.
they aren't
Brother.
existent anymore.
In memoriam.
In memoriam.
Your mum dead, lol.
What
Get
family?
wrecked.
Memoriam.
Memoriam.
Jesus Christ.
We still haven't shown her the body yet.
He's
Or
I'm
there,
even
not
told
gonna.
her about it.
everywhere.
I'm not gonna.
Why not?
Who
Why
is
the
it?
fuck would you
Why
do
not?
that?
Robot family.
Traumatic.
Traumatic?
Incredible.
She'll just...
They're here, they're
Alpha
everywhere.
stands
Someone's going to tell
up
us
and looks
sooner or
over the
later.
waters. Alpha stands up and looks over the waters, then back at the firelit village. And it is settled. I do not think Genyu, the real Genyu, would want us to starve to death before we get the chance to help. And Alpha starts heading over to the village.
Yay.
Do you not want
Let's
your
follow.
food? The first
He's
They
heading
did
over to
bring
the
him
village
food.
anyway.
He does not care.
Just okay.
Let's follow
I'll
up.
say is you hand him the plate and you guys eat on your walk
At
back.
the
You all head, and even if
There's food where he's going.
there's
Yeah.
food where he is going, as you all arrive back at Pesca Village, and you do see Minerva, you guys, unless there's anything else you'd like to do, you guys do party the night away and eventually
We
go
can-
for your long rest.
I say we can save this food for Wing because he's being such a good boy at the moment.
I would like to send some sendings.
Fun.
Some sendings.
Everything.
Yep.
Wing's like, don't ever fucking call me a good boy, Glaciers. You gay.
Who are you sending the sendings to?
So I'm gonna send one to Everest,
Sure.
and he says, "Hi, could you meet back up at the tavern at noon tomorrow? It's pretty important to me. Try your best to bring Afro along."
Alright.
To whom?
He's doing a bit
Oh.
better right now, so hopefully we'll be able to convince him. See you then.
And who else
Roughly-
isn't at the tavern?
I'm glad I'm not the only one who heard him say that.
Roughly how long did it take us to travel from that village to this one?
It took you guys like a day and a half.
Did it?
A day and a half.
So what?
It took like 10.
I thought it was like
8
2
to 10
hours.
hours.
I thought you said 2 hours.
And that
No,
was while you were flying.
Because we were flying.
Oh yeah, because Eris flew too. That's right. Or not
Yeah.
Eris. Everest had
Everest.
everybody fly too. So yeah, it took you guys 2 hours.
Yeah.
I forgot you had them all fly first.
Flying's fun.
Yeah.
So we have to
Wait,
leave
you
at
gave
like
us
10
slaying
a.m.
items.
Did I
Yeah,
gotta take some
the
of those
problem
away?
is with the crowd.
No, you
there's
don't.
Only 3
You
of
ain't
you
gotta
that
do
can
that,
fly.
Doris.
That's fine, I got my magic.
Does he need to
What were you saying,
basically do
Filter?
the Rakshasa? Well, they only have enough stuff to make 3 people fly.
At once.
Do they not?
Minerva has the
Room.
literally everyone who has something to fly is in this group right now.
Okay,
Besides
then,
Wick.
then they can fly.
Minerva has
They'll
her
be okay.
Minerva has her
Because-
broomstick and Everest has her tiara, so they'll be okay.
I can turn into a giant fucking bird.
Everest, Wing sends you that.
Yep.
Everest, you replied.
Yep. She would also
Wing, you
that
would have
to the rest
seen
of
Bilker and
everyone else.
Eris at the tavern when you got back. Probably
I'll
just been settling in,
say it to
probably
them.
eating a bit of something. Okay, go ahead.
Hey guys,
Hi.
Oh, there's one of you. I suppose the rest are around now?
no, they're probably gonna stay at Arthur's home village tonight. Can we meet up at noon tomorrow here?
That seems
I've got
doable.
some important business to attend to,
Alright.
and I need all of you guys.
Okay.
I'll be well rested by then. I should head off for bed myself, though. I shall toddle along to the room unless someone's gonna mention anything.
Yes, I will get
And
some
Eris
shy
were
as
together all
well.
day, so if there's anything you guys wanted to talk about, I just assumed with the silence you guys were just working. Yeah, you guys were just working
Yeah,
away. Bilker's busy.
work.
Okay.
Yeah. Vilker is also partially hoping that no one else puts a fucking fish on his face while he is sleeping. Because he still doesn't know who did that, but has a rough idea it might be Elmo.
Elmo.
Elmo
Elmo transcended the
Brain.
fifth dimension.
Frame dying.
You mean the
actual
god
Elmo.
Elmo?
The god
The
Elmo.
red thing.
So,
I
as
mean,
you all.
thingy.
I have 2 more sendings to DM you.
Oh, okay. So go ahead and DM me those as you guys can all get your long rest.
Do I want to do this now or do I not? That is the question.
Spell points back.
Spell points back.
Yes.
Oh, Thoros.
Yes.
I want to find a weird ass bug in Torrentala.
Weird ass bug.
Yeah, I want to find a weird ass bug.
Make a survival
or
check,
something.
I guess, or a nature. Make a
Survi-
nature check. Make a
Cool.
nature check.
I love
Wouldn't it just be survival to find the bug in nature to identify it?
True. So make a survival check.
survival. Okay. Aww. Bilker, fuck you.
Oh, dude.
19.
I don't see why it couldn't be a nature check.
19.
Could it be a
okay.
nature? Can it be nature?
Sure.
Cool.
I'll let it be
That's-
nature.
That's 16 plus 12, so 23. Wait, is it 23?
No.
16 plus 12.
28, you mean?
16 plus 12 is 28.
Oh, I'm dumb. Sorry. I said, yeah, 28.
You
Fine.
find a very, it's like medium size. It's not huge, but it's like the size of your fist.
Okay.
A blue scarab.
Cool.
I'm scared.
Nice.
I'm gonna do this very quickly. Speak with animals. Do you want to be my friend? And then just like, yeah. Can you? Glacius's way to make friends with animals is a lot more direct.
Thoros?
Yeah.
I think Thoros is reading sending.
Actually, no. I'm just gonna grab it. Nope. You know what? I'm just gonna try to catch it.
Thoros has died.
Poor beetle.
I'm gonna pull out a net. I'm gonna pull out like a bug catcher net and try to catch it. 'Cause I
Make an
have-
athletics check.
Great.
Athletics.
Run, Scarab, run!
Run, Scarab, run.
Starting to fly away as you approach it.
Eat the
So you're
scarab.
trying to
19.
keep it in
Fucking
a
eat
net.
it.
Yeah, you catch it.
Damn it.
Cool.
And
I
it's
have a blue
loud as
scarab.
fuck as its wings like try to like get out of the net, and it's loud, but you catch it.
I pull it. I put it in like basically a glass mason jar. Cause I was like, yeah.
That
Okay.
poor
I
beetle.
put it in a glass mason jar.
Close
I'll
the
talk
lid.
to it later.
It looks like it's starting to lose oxygen.
It's
Oh
a
shit!
bug.
I
No,
stab a hole into it.
it's a bug.
Are
It'll
you-
be
Dagger and I
fine.
start stabbing
They
holes
live
in
for
the
like
top.
ages in jars.
No.
Yeah, but that's when there's holes on the roof.
There's
You
holes.
make a couple
I take
holes
a
in
dagger,
the
I was
roof.
like, oh shit.
Bugs
I
really
start
don't
stabbing
use up
holes
that
in
much
it.
oxygen, guys. They're very small.
I don't care. I
Even the
start
big
stabbing
ones.
holes
Alright.
into it. That's it.
Last time I checked, you weren't a druid.
I'm
Then
a
again,
bug
neither
though.
am I, so...
You're a bugbear. Nice.
You're
Cool.
not a
No,
bugbear,
I'm-
you're a pest.
I am all and I am none. And if you keep talking smack, you're gonna find out exactly what none means.
I spelled scarab wrong. Wait, no, I didn't. That's just.
I'm surprised the bard can rhyme.
Would you look at that?
Thought I'd find out in due time.
You all find
Um,
a night's
before-
rest.
Before that.
More stuff.
Ever should go find
Long rest.
Glacius.
What is that?
So you watch as Glacius is poking holes into the top of a jar, Everest, as you find him.
What she got there?
I show her the blue scarab as it's like buzzing around.
It's
Ah,
like
it's Got to
inside
add
the jar,
holes
like
into it. Oh, calm down.
it's like trying to fly up and down the jar and like headbutting it to get out.
You'll be fine.
Doesn't look very
Also, this is
happy.
the size of my fist.
Oh, it's giant?
Oh, okay, halfling fist.
Okay.
Halfling fist.
Oh,
Halfling fist.
God.
Still, that's
That's
a
a-
pretty big...
Yes.
Blaze just has a big fist.
That's
Well,
just
you-
big enough to have some nutritional value.
Put in the music. Sure,
Music.
Should
Oh,
be
music.
fucking Egyptian.
Glacius, will you walk
Hopefully, it doesn't get us copyright.
I
Just
knew it.
remember it's going into the YouTube, so
No copyrighted music.
Doris,
played.
where's
It's
the
not
nice
copyrighted.
pan flute ambience gone? Because there's turtles.
Oh yeah.
Where's the turtle music, Doris?
Just in the presence of turtles, there's pan flutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just need to skip ahead and play this. Anyway. Sure. I put the mason jar bug away.
She would take him back to the beach that Alpha was sitting on. And
Okay.
would probably take a seat. I
Neomi.
didn't really want to intrude during that conversation, which is why I sent you the sending, but is this really for the best? Is it worth you possibly dying again? For something that may
Yes.
not even be possible?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
I don't think you understand how much I want this. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This is one of the only things in my life that I've ever had this much drive and want for. And I'm going to do it. Because it's not a selfish act. It's not me preserving my own skin, my own hide. It's not me at the expense of others to make my life slightly better for the time being. This is something I want to do fully with all of my being. And it's a good thing. So I'm going to do it.
I can understand that want. But I think your actions thus far have proven that you are indeed a good person despite what you may have done, and perhaps what you think about yourself. And perhaps it's time to accept what's happened and to move on. Because I can see this eating up at you, and it pains me. And the fact that you are willing to risk your life, to die for it. There are other ways to make up for the past. But sometimes the best is to just accept it and move on.
I'm not going to die. I'm going to take every precaution necessary. Because of course I don't want what just happened with all of that. Ugh. Of course I don't want that to happen. I'm not going to let it happen again. I don't want to put you all through it. I don't personally want to go through it.
We have no idea what may happen. It could be worse next time. We have no clue. If it happens again, we may not even have a chance to save you.
I'll
Really?
have to learn about it. See what the shaman knows. She seems to know a lot more about it than we do, so I'll talk to her about it. I'm really sorry. I'm not giving this up. I do understand your point of view. I do understand why you're doing this. I know you worry for every single one of us. And I honestly may be the most, I don't want to say volatile. But I think you understand what I mean. At risk, I guess.
I suppose.
I promise I'm not gonna become some evil lich like Vecna. I won't let it come to that.
You don't know he's a lich. Whoa,
I
hey
don't know.
there.
Fuck, okay. Ugh.
Either one.
Yeah.
But
I'm
then
not gonna
what
let
will you
myself.
let it come to?
Do I even know what a lich is? No, we'll talk about that later. Yeah. They'll figure it out. And if I get blinded, then I have all of you to correct me. And then maybe knock some sense into me. You know?
Alright.
I'm not gonna go through this alone. Hopefully.
Of course not.
I have Alpha with me, I know that. Do I have you with
have
me?
Of course.
Okay, good. Because, I trust you.
Thank you. I trust you.
Thank you. I will, I'll justify that trust tomorrow after Wing says whatever he wants to say, and I'll have to make, my announcement.
Are you going to explain to everyone, or... I heard that the turtles called you by Gino. Is that what you want to go by?
No, it's just, I remember Alpha talking about how, and with all of the turtles, how their name represents something, and then how when they lied about it, they lied about a name. It's like sacrilegious. I didn't want to, you know, have that be. I don't think they're gonna erect a statue, but they're going to remember that I caught the biggest fish. And as silly as it sounds, I don't want them to remember me by a fake name.
I can understand that.
I'll clear it up tomorrow. It's
All
a
right.
lot of knots, and it's the only thing that confuses me. And
Well, I think we should be heading back. It's getting late.
wait, I'll pick up 2 rocks, and I'll give 1 to Everest. And I'll skip, and then see.
Yeah, she'll.
I motion her to
She'll
skip.
skip.
So both of you just, I would say make athletics checks just to see.
Athletics sucks.
They're not dexterity based.
13.
I'm a guidance
I
myself.
would. That's a good point, Chef. What would it be? Wouldn't it be sleight of hand? Every time I say sleight of hand, you guys are like, no.
The dex check.
Are they throwing it far, or are they trying to skip? I
Skipping
think we're
it.
trying to skip.
They both said the word
Trying
skip,
to skip.
so that would lead one to believe.
I mean, how I would probably do it is I would just have them roll like a d6 to see how many times I can skip it, and just dependent on.
Oh, that's a good idea. Both of you roll d6s, and we'll see how many skips you get. That's a good
D6s.
idea.
Hey, I got 5.
Roll it in chat.
I just rolled it with my dice. I got a 5.
Yours rolls
4.
5 times.
Nice.
Iglesias, your goes 1 less as you both skip the rocks into the water.
I snap. Very good skipper.
He finally snaps.
He finally snaps.
Kills Everest. I'm just kidding.
Oh shit!
Fireball on Everest, 4th level.
You're right next
I
to
wouldn't
me,
do
buddy.
that.
You'd get caught in it as well.
As you all finally get your night's rest, you can all do your full rest.
Hell yeah.
And we'll take a quick break.
Got it.
Dope.
So,
Ah!
as we all wake up from our long rest, I'll say Wing, Eris, and Bilker gather in the Lion's Landings,
No, I'm
the
out.
downstairs part.
Oh, he's out.
I thought
I
you
need
were
to go.
telling.
I need to go talk to the shaman before we meet up.
That's true. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I mean, there's time before noon. He wanted to meet up
Yep.
at noon, so we got time
Yeah.
to do little things.
That's why I said noon.
No.
So I'll say as Wing heads out towards the first shaman's tent, Pesca Beach crew. Are you guys getting on the road first thing in the morning?
I think
Pesca
so.
Beach.
It's a far walk if we were to walk, but I think we're just gonna fly.
Doing fly, right?
Time to fly, boys.
Minerva with her broom and Everest doing her fly on Glacius and Alpha, you guys begin your trek back, or begin your fly back to as Wing. You enter, or you arrive outside of the first shaman's tent, and there seems to be a collection of people there standing outside.
Eagle splendor.
You do see a familiar face. Ro is standing outside, just with his four-winged seagull. He's just looking out, and he sees you approach and gives you a friendly wave.
Morning.
It's a good morning.
Isn't that right, Veil?
Squawk!
Why is everyone gathering
Yeah,
out?
Due to the shaking of the ground yesterday, the first shaman has instructed the master hunter and his apprentices to scout the land to see what made such a ruckus.
Oh, I can answer
The
that. Can I
master
go in?
hunter is yes, come. And Ro goes, excuse me, please, excuse me. As he goes through the crowd with you behind him, you do see the master hunter as you enter the tent. Ro lifts the like it's closed instead of the tent doors, and it's not really doors, just two curtains that are together. When you guys arrived yesterday, they were open, but right now they are closed. You walk in. It is Jeb, the first shaman, and the master hunter all standing around the table that Glacius was laying on. And Jeb goes, it had to come from the volcano, or it had to come from the Oh,
Sorry to intrude. I have to apologize. I did take 2 fruits from the volcano, and I didn't quite realize the consequences before I did it.
Oh, did what? You watch as the turtle you don't know, which is the master hunter, turns towards you and begins walking towards you. He has a deeper shade of green, like it's almost brown skin tone. It's almost as dark, if not darker, than his shell, like the brown of
Is
his
he a
shell.
snapping turtle?
He is a snapping turtle. He has a very large,
shit.
he has a very large jaw, and like his top lip, you could call it, comes in a very sharp arc that goes below where his jaw would be. He has a distinct number of feathers, and you do recognize there is a big feather coming off of his back, and it looks one of the feathers like from the rock that you've seen the past few days. And he does walk up to you. How dare you take? And the first shaman goes, now. Oh, this is forbidden to take from that bush unless given permission. And she walks around the
No,
table.
that I'm sorry.
Why is it that you took 2 of them?
I wanted them.
Did them? And the first shaman puts her hand up to the master hunter. Please, calm yourself. He looks at you. A very longing look.
I wanted one because I needed my friends and my allies to see inside my head.
Wish to undergo the ritual.
Yes, and I took another for no other reason than I thought I could, and I'm sorry.
A minute. Looks back towards her cauldron. I will make you the brew that you require to complete the ritual. But you must give back the other fruit that you picked, so that Tia may replace it.
Absolutely.
Mr. Hunter looks towards her and goes, that is all he is going to receive? This outsider broke one of your sacred traditions. And the first shaman goes, she puts her hand up again, this time seemingly annoyed. Of our customs. Must be happy that he did not pick 3. But next time, before you do anything rash in a city you are not from, please try and ask someone before you do it.
I'll nod.
Give me the fruits. And the first shaman puts her staff down and puts both her hands out.
I'll pull them out of the bag of holding.
As she takes them in her hand, she gives one to the master hunter. She goes, return that to the bush. Maybe it will accept it, maybe it will not. We've never had this problem before. And she looks down at the other one. I will get started on the brew.
Thank you.
Return a little later, and it will be ready. Towards Ro, I'm going to need you to go get some lavender leaves from the jungle. Goes right away. And he and the seagull walk out of the tent with you, Wing.
Cool. I'd like to go back to the tavern.
Everest, make a perception check.
I.
Ooh.
I doubt you're gonna get lost.
Natural one.
But-
Natural
Well,
one.
Alpha's here as well. He knows the
Natural
land.
one.
Can Alpha help?
Yes,
Should
with
he?
I feel like
advantage.
Alpha should
I'd
help.
like him to help.
I-
Please.
Alpha will
Guidance
help.
yourself. Guidance yourself.
Then again, he's never flown over the island, so it's hard to. Yeah, so you would know to follow the coast. This is just a general perception check
Unless you roll terribly, I don't think.
with advantage.
With advantage? Okay.
Alpha is helping.
Nice. At advantage, gain me one more. Thanks, advantage. That
How's it do?
is 13. With guidance.
Easy enough with Alpha's help. You guys do float and fly.
Fly.
Minerva following behind you guys on her broomstick as you guys do arrive back in Torrentala.
There's a bit.
I doubt, because Alpha would still need to concentrate. He's not 100% used. Like he's done this before, but it's still just an unfamiliar feeling flying. So follow the coast, and you guys do so, and you avoid danger, staying out of the jungle.
The fucking rock just plucks us.
Oh, you guys don't see it, but it's because her perception check was so low. But that's
Yay.
okay.
That's fine.
No, what is it?
That could be good or that could
You
be
guys
bad.
do
Bad. It's always bad.
eventually make your way. And you do see a few of those different boats, the ones that Chef sent, or I think Eno sent it actually when you guys first arrived in Torrentala. The Moana boats
Oh,
going
yeah.
off from different villages along the coast. And they do look up at you guys and give like a startled wave
Wave
as
back,
you guys
of
fly
course.
over.
I should take that away from the edge so it doesn't walk off and break. No
Moana
Polynesian.
boats.
Moana boats.
Nice.
Polynesian who?
Dwayne the Rock Johnson heritage boats.
Right about
Okay,
2
let's
hours
see it.
into your journey, you guys do see Torrentala in the distance. There you go. Boom.
Nice.
And eventually you do see like the gates that you're watched as you all land, but they're all familiar with you because the whole city was expecting you when you guys arrived. So they all know who you are. So as you guys land on the outskirts of the city, the gates are open for you and you are welcomed with a hearty nod. As you guys make your way back to the Lion's Landing Tavern.
Yep.
And as you do so, you enter and you do see Wing, Eris, and Bilker sitting at a table, the same table you guys were at the other night, and there has been food that has been coming out for breakfast.
Hey guys.
Hey, everyone.
Hi.
Is everything alright?
Well, so what's the matter, Wing?
It's not urgent, but it is important. Well, it's not quite noon yet, but at noon, I'd like us all to head to the shaman's tent, please.
I suppose
An
you're
hour
going to
before
explain
noon.
why.
It feels more dramatic not to, but no, I'm gonna go undergo the ritual the Glacius went through so you can see into my head.
Oh,
That's
cool.
Why?
That's
Who are you gonna bring
an
along?
interesting
quite
decision.
particular. Hmm.
Can you?
You guys
Yeah.
watch as Eris and Bilker have been sitting with Wing this whole time. So when he says what they're actually, they kind of just give him a look like you couldn't have told us that while we were sitting here with you for 2 hours.
It was a group announcement.
Yeah, Alpha looks a little not taken aback, but a little madly confused at this information.
Arthur has been madly confused for the past 7 months. I don't think that's much of a change.
Mm.
Oof.
His eyes squint and like his head cocks back and shakes as you say this. I'll say.
I don't.
Do you want all of us to? Can it even do all of us?
I think it
No.
only can be 2.
I feel
Anyway.
like, yeah, I mean, I don't know how many, but I assume 2.
I don't
Have you picked
entirely
two?
know how the ritual works.
I feel like it should be more spur of the moment, you know?
Yeah,
That's fair.
makes sense. So I did it.
Is you do know that the question was asked at a random time, and it was the only question she asked you the whole time you guys were waiting for the Sentinels to return.
And
Right,
he gave his
right.
answer.
But if you had to pick 2 of us, who would it be?
No,
That's a
don't
spoiler.
let him pick favorites.
That's a
Spoilers.
spoiler.
That's a spoiler.
I would
Let's
definitely
pick
tell you.
favorites.
But it's less fun that way.
See?
Well, is there any
Alpha
particular
just seems to
reason
be.
why you
Oh,
want
go ahead,
to
Eris.
undergo this? Because
What did you say?
is there any particular reason why you want to undergo this? Is this...
Yeah, I've had a lot of memory loss, and I need to clear it up. And I also am not entirely sure about my past. And I feel like this is perhaps the most direct and clearest way to get that information.
This is probably also one of the safer ways, as much as I deign to admit. While
I mean,
Everest and Alpha were in there with you, Glacius, nothing physical at least seemed to happen to them, so there doesn't seem to be much of a physical danger at the very least.
they came out like sore. I mean, we came out sore. But
Oh.
we didn't
Not
like come out with
bloody.
stab wounds or anything. Thankfully. He looks down. Do I have stab wounds from... Or, not really. Wait,
Well,
what did I get hit by? Necrotic energy. Oh yeah, by myself. Oh no, I'm good.
well, if you believe this is the best way to recover your memories, then by all means, I'm certain we'd love to help.
What happens if it doesn't? Like,
What was it like, Glacius? Were you like in your own body or were you witching?
I was in my own body. I kind of just... Time was
It
weird.
was your memories,
Yeah,
Glacius.
it was my memories.
It's just Everest and Alpha were a part of them now.
Yeah, I was myself. I didn't control my memories. I just kind of relived them as myself.
Okay, I get you.
Everest and Alpha can tell you their part.
Mm.
You still have your own
Sure.
thoughts and stuff. It's just you can't do anything.
That's gonna be weird.
Yeah. Also,
Oh, and the volcano was my fault.
Wait, what?
figured,
Explains the
What?
rumbling.
Yeah,
figured,
What did
honestly.
you do?
Well, I
You
picked 2
probably
fruits
took-
instead of just the one.
You're a dumb idiot sometimes, you know that, right?
Yeah,
Alpha
pretty much
does
all
not
the time.
look like he will be telling his part. That makes sense. That's fine. Maybe not
Well,
Alpha. But
I consider it was for a good reason, in my opinion. Just it's dangerous.
Yeah, I was gonna take 3, but the volcano started going, so I decided against it.
that's
Probably
fair.
wise.
Yes, probably
Yeah.
a good decision.
Hey, Wing,
Does
remember
Alpha know
how
anything
there was a
about the
giant
volcano?
rock there last time? Why did you go back
Yep.
there alone?
Because I was fine.
because he's
That's
stupid.
right, you have no
history
self-motivation.
check.
Listen,
He
Bilka,
outran it
if
the
you call
first
me
time.
stupid one more time, I'm gonna slap you.
Try me, bitch.
He outran it. I mean,
I
he
rolled to
outran
hit
it the first
Bilka.
time.
I rolled
Watch
to
his
slap
wig.
Bilka.
You
I wanna
watch his
slap
wig goes across the table trying to slap Bilker in the face.
What was that?
So make
Strength?
a history check.
That's a 15 to hit.
Misses.
Are you in full armor?
I mean,
Probably
know.
not, right?
Probably
Oh.
not, considering that you just woke up, and if you go to sleep in your scale mail, then it would be
Well,
a point of
he's-
exhaustion every
we'd have
single
been
time.
there for 2. No, we would have. It would have been 2 hours.
So you're
That's why I
dressing in
went
your
to
armor
rest.
every day, even though we're on holiday.
And it's like
Yes.
sweltering hot with humidity.
Seeing what
Bilker doesn't
Bilker has
give a
been
shit.
through, seeing what
Choice.
Bilker has been through, he's probably wearing his armor
Bold
every
choice.
chance he gets.
Alright.
Yeah.
Bold choice.
He wouldn't have the shield because that would be a bit much, but even without the shield, that still misses.
Eris, normally she does have her gear, but that's because of the volcano
No,
stuff.
I'm gonna add a
He's not
dice of
trying to
wheel to
stab
it.
you, he's
Alpha.
trying to
You're
You,
gonna
slap
you
add
would
it.
know
I got-
about the volcano.
Yes! That's a 20.
You would know 20 to hit, Bilker. Alpha, you would know
Well,
the volcano.
he used it after
Hang
he
on,
found out the
it's
outcome
never-
of the attack.
Hang on. Wait for Alpha.
It's never you never were told the story of Go Rule or like you've never felt the volcano shift or erupt during your times on Torrental or in Rivenda. That like when the shaman told the story of Go Rule, that's the first time you've ever heard that story. Back to
This
Chef and Bilker or Wynngs and Bilker. Chef, I'm pretty sure with that ability you can make the roll after you roll, right? After you roll the d20, you can
After I
choose
roll
to
to hit,
add
yeah.
a dice to it. Yeah, after
Yeah,
he
but
rolls the hit,
already
he can
knew
choose
the
to add
outcome
the
of
dice.
attack before he already knew the outcome of the attack before he
Down
used
to
the dice.
Thoros. It's because I forgot I had it, not that I chose to not use it. So it's down to Thoros. If he's gonna rule that, that's okay.
Well, I will say that you can choose to attack again, but Bilker does shift out of your way as you
Damn.
come across the table to slap him.
So I didn't use that die, okay.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
Yeah, you didn't
No.
use that die.
Slap him for you.
No.
I'm just kidding.
So Wig slaps at you.
He just stands there. He just sits there and laughs.
So you're taking it?
No. You evaded
He
it.
missed.
If you sit there and
He didn't
I don't
miss.
see-
you didn't say you dodged it. If you sit there and then you take it.
There's
No,
a
the
difference
first
between-
I assume
I don't.
Bilker dodges it.
Okay.
Yes.
Difference between me missing and you dodging.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Bilko,
You
you have
did
started
miss.
a war here.
Well, someone put a fish on my face the other night, so
That wasn't me.
Oh,
Although
that
that
was
sounds
me.
fucking hilarious. Prepare for more
Oh, that
fish
was
on your
me.
face.
Eris is
You
peeling
fell
your-
asleep and I thought you were hungry, so I put it on your face just in case you would wake up.
Jesus, you are a
yeah.
genius.
And then I
Oh my
smelled
god.
like fish all of yesterday.
You don't like fish?
Oh, that's why you smelled like that.
I
Yes.
love fish. I smelled good. Are you insulting their cooking?
I'm not insulting their cooking. I just didn't.
So you
want
don't
to
like
smell
their
like fish.
But you just said you don't like their fish.
I didn't say that. I just
God.
don't like the smell of fish.
So you don't like the seasoning they used on the fish.
Quit twisting my words.
Okay. Okay.
It's like he's really proud of Glacius.
Bilker is just slowly getting frustrated.
It's okay, I'm done.
The conversation about fish.
I won't do it again. Put his hands up.
We just passed the time till noon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Eat
and as you
food.
do so,
Yep.
Glacius, you do go. It's 11:50.
Love it.
Yeah, we might as well head out now then.
Oh wait, shit! I forgot to tell everybody my fucking name. Ah, shit! I forgot to do that.
We
I
could
should
do
probably
that
do
right
that.
now.
Yeah.
we could do
Yeah,
that.
because we have 2 hours.
Sure, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
As Wing goes back to his seat and sits, and Bilker sits back down, you do watch as Glacius gets a little serious.
All right. First of all, I will to Everest and Alpha explain further what my dreams meant, or what my memories meant. The first one that we saw was... Fuck, what was the first one we saw? What order did
This one you saw was the I missed a little bit. I missed like one section, which was kind of key, but it's okay.
Okay.
In essence, what you would have seen was you saw a young boy, a young halfling boy,
Oh, yeah.
wandering into the woods around a town.
Yeah.
Okay.
You weren't
we
sure
saw
what town it was.
Okay.
Then what you should have seen, but I didn't say, is another halfling boy eating an apple and tossing it up in the air as he hears two people talk about the missing wobblegong boy.
Oh.
And what you did is the same one that you into a very large mansion. And then the next one was it skipped ahead. And I did it on purpose. I skipped ahead to you guys jumping Genyu as Glacius, his brother, and another one of their friends.
Mm-hmm.
Then it skipped to Glacius and Genyu meeting for the first time.
When they were babies.
Baby.
Little
Right.
twildren.
Yeah, when they were. It was like the third day that Glacius was in that mansion.
Yep.
And then it went to Glacius on a boat. And then you guys literally went on a 180 spin, and you saw the evil Glacius. Well, you saw this Glacius tell Genyu, "No, I will never join your side." Then you did a 180 spin and saw another Glacius say yes, and then you guys fought the Nega Glacius.
You are cutting out and roboting a bit,
yeah.
Thoros.
So
I don't know if it's happening to anyone else, though.
oh,
Yeah, but
He's
Little bit.
kind of
But-
clear.
I was able to make out what you were saying. It was just roboty.
Glacius would go to explain that to you guys.
Okay. So that's it. And then I will further down explain. Alright. So after all that, I must state, my name is, you would have gathered, if you have not already, my name is not Glacius. Nor am I a Wobbegong. Well, nor am I a direct bloodline of the Wobbegong family. My name is Gino. I do not have a last name because I grew up basically on the streets. You know, didn't have anybody. All that. But, I got by with stealing shit. Stealing stuff from whoever looked like they didn't really... like they could afford to have stuff stolen to them, or if I was just hungry and they had a nice looking sandwich and they weren't looking. And then, well, the actual Glacius kind of disappeared. Then he puts his hands up. I didn't do anything to him, I promise you that. And I have no idea what happened to him, but no idea if he's alive, if he's dead, or something else entirely, but I didn't do anything to him. So I kind of, after a few days, took his place, because, you know, kind of looked like him. Well, I was told I looked like him. So, opportunity struck. By the way, you don't all have to switch to calling me Gino.
what do you prefer?
If I haven't honestly been called Gino since Genyu called me Gino. I'm kind of just reactive to the Glacius name, and honestly, I'm fine with that. So I don't have to, you know, every other person we meet that I've introduced myself to as Glacius, that I have to, it's like, oh wait, no, you know.
It's not that
That just
hard.
seems like
You just correct them once and they fix it.
no, I'm too lazy for that. Just keep calling me Glacius, and it's a lot easier.
Sure.
If that's what you prefer, then alright.
Thank you.
Thank you for telling us this.
Of course. I looked off. I know how important names are here. And honestly didn't really want to keep lying after all of that. I was going to tell you of the truth. Like, after on a trip back to Iman or back to Iman after the whole West Run thing. I truthfully really was going to tell you all and explain, but you know, it kind of fast forwarded everything. So yeah. And it just keeps going, and then any questions, anybody? Anything you all
Nope.
need to clear up?
Names
Nate.
are what they are.
Well, I got Gino from. Actually, I don't actually really have a name. I just kind of chose Gino. I heard this Dragonborn call his dog Gino, or his Mastiff Gino, and I was like, that's a cool name. I want it. And then I just kind of started introducing myself as Gino.
So then, what of your parents?
Those bastards fucking left me. I have no idea who they are. I kind of just.
I mean, pretty unfair to assume they're a bunch of bastards.
My last. He like looks up and think. My memory doesn't go that far back, but last thing I remember is like nibbling on a half-rotten apple, soaking wet.
Mm.
And then that was the first time I stole something. Well, after that, I stole some money, and then I went and bought stuff. So that's my earliest memory.
Hmm.
It's not really a great one, but it is what it is. I have no interest in
mean,
finding
look at
them.
you now.
Certainly come up in the world.
Mm,
Mm-hmm. Yes, you
you're a
could say that.
VIP. Good job.
That's one way of saying it. He thinks it for a second, just looks at himself. God. Yeah, so that's my thing.
You want to head out?
Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, unless anything else comes to mind. So, okay.
So, as you all head back to the first shaman's tent, so you do arrive by the great shell, and you do see in the distance, very familiar, the first shaman's tent as you are led. I would say Alpha and Wing are probably leading the way. As you guys arrive at the first shaman's tent, you open it. Actually, you don't open it. Jeb is waiting for you on the outside. He goes, "Good. The first shaman is waiting for you all." The back, true. I thought you're in Torrentala. He'd be in the front. But that's okay. Jeb
Always.
opens the curtain and allows you all to enter.
I will enter.
Let's enter.
Let's go.
Elmo, no.
I
I
assume
mean-
we enter, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jeb is opening the curtain and letting you all in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we enter.
Jeb just
Go
blocks the entrance and we don't go in.
Just look at the
Power
entrance. No, I'm good. Just leave Torrentala.
Yeah, Gucci. Let's
Go,
go.
go, Power Rangers.
Jeb is the
Go,
gatekeeper.
Rangers!
So we're gonna get copyrighted. Stop.
See?
Go Sentinels. You mighty
Oh,
morphin
Blackrock.
sentinel.
Okay, let's-
Cease
Dramatic
and
music.
desist.
Mighty Morphin Sentinel. Come on, them. Come on, them.
Come on.
Is this
Seriously.
dramatic music now? I
We can
had
do
it turned
this.
down because it was like
Yeah.
happy-go-lucky
Yeah.
while
Come on.
Glacius was doing his
Come on, we can
thing.
be serious for like 30 minutes. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Straight. Unlike any of us.
1 second.
Just kidding.
I have a
We have two people who
part
are
of me
straight
is
here.
worried that
Honest.
Right. So, as you were let in, Jeb directs you towards the table. It's her. As the first shaman is currently over her cauldron, mixing together the brew. And Jeb goes, "Are you sure you want to go through with this?"
Yep.
We cannot take back seeing whatever we see, Wing.
Yeah, I know. It's
Then if
important to
you're
me
ready.
that you don't.
Well, if you're ready.
I'm pretty ready.
Draws on any negative memories or emotion. The thing is that you are not get rid of something. The experience may be different, but it will show you.
Yeah, I know. I'm ready.
The first shaman turns. Many say they are ready. Few
I think you're still cutting
Owen.
for us.
Yeah, T, you started to cut out worse now.
Oh no!
No.
Heckin' dang.
and he's back.
Yeah, okay. She turns, she goes, "Those who take this venture believe they are ready." And she hands you a bowl, Wing, with the broth in it. And
I
she
need to
goes,
pick
"So
the
tell
two
me,
people I trust most, right?
tell me, amongst those you travel with,
Minerva and Eris.
who stops?" And she looks back towards you all. Then, who will take this journey with you?
There's steps
As
forward.
she holds out the other two bowls for Minerva and Eris to take.
Which she will. She looks a little curious. It's odd, like an expression like halfway between fascination and almost disturbed, but she's the curiosity just kind of overpowers her at the moment.
Minerva,
I'll take it. Hell yeah. I'm a cat and curiosity is gonna kill me.
I think you're still
taking the
cutting out
bowl?
a bit, T.
Sorry. Minerva, are you taking the bowl?
Yes.
You all take it. The rest of you remember the positions I needed you to take during this ritual. The rest of you sit in a circle. Glacius, you weren't a part of this, so you do sit, and each of you are handed a torch from Jeb as he creates like a circle of sand around the table and makes like runes in with the sand, like with the salt. I'm sorry, salt. He makes a circle of salt and then makes runes out of them. And breaks the fruit, drains the juices into an Eris's bowl, the leftovers into Wynngs, and then takes the seed of the fruit and crushes that and drips the juices in there into Wynngs' bowl. For you all. And make sure you all come back. Especially Alva.
Please don't die,
course,
guys.
Ability
dude.
cast Grace, but
Oh.
Minerva, you can't take that with you. into this ritual.
You're a really
Oh.
dexterous, unconscious body.
Basically.
No, he
Alpha
doesn't.
doesn't.
No, I know Alpha doesn't know that.
Hey,
So
please don't die, guys.
the first shaman,
Be careful.
Of course.
when you are ready, you may drink.
I drink.
Girl power.
So she'll cross her legs, sit down, and then drink.
Go for
Hey.
that shit.
Hey, Everest
Girl
and
power.
Glacius.
I don't know.
I need to talk to you two after this, and I drink.
Alright.
Take it. So ominous.
Can you make
Does
it
he have
any
to
more
be?
dramatic?
Nothing finishes the bowl beside him and lays down as your consciousness begins to fade. Same with Minerva
Eris
and
clutches over her
Eris.
locket before she drifts off at last.
Both drift.
I'm a play.
Caught in this heavy snowstorm. Minerva and Eris, you could see each other, but just barely as whip amongst your faces. Light. As the storm becomes
cutting out.
increasingly.
Yeah, you're cutting.
Oh my god!
It's gotten worse.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Getting like every fifth word or something.
As the snows and the winds blare around you,
Yes.
your sight, you can only see about 10 feet in front of each other. As Eris and Minerva, you see like your eyes lull, and then as they open, you're in this storm. And you guys look around, and you do see about northwest of you, in the northwestern direction. You do see a small light, seemingly from a lantern that's walking through the storm.
Okay. Eris will trudge in direction of Minerva. Just kind of waving her
Minerva's
arms
standing
about.
right next to you. Minerva's standing right next to you.
Oh, okay. I thought we were like a few feet apart.
As they're like looking around, and you see in the distance in the northwest there is a light, like it looks like a lantern light moving and coming towards you both.
I'm not actually getting into it, but imagine I'm shouting through the blizzard. Hey, there's a light over that way.
I can see it. Do you want to head over there? It might be coming this way.
Yeah, let's try to get as close as we can.
Okay, I'll hang on to part of you, or you hang on to my coat. We don't want to get lost. She'll
Ooh,
start.
can I ignite my fire sword?
Nice.
Do so.
Oh.
It ignites. As it's a little easier to see. As you both continue to trudge towards the light, you do see this male figure, straps around his shoulders, pushing a sled. And as the image gets closer to you, he looks up in your direction, but you don't see any immediate change to his emotional state or like his facial appearance, as like he looks directly at you both, as he's just trudging in the snow, pushing this sled.
Hello, can you hear me?
No response.
What are you
As
doing out here?
as the sled begins to pass you both, you do see that there is a woman, an Asimar woman, on the back of the sled with a baby in her hands that's crying, wrapped up in about 3 blankets. As the sled just goes right past you guys, the woman is hunched over, shivering, as the male Asimar is continuing to pull the sled through the snow.
the actual surroundings that we can make out, since I'm from the north, I'm just gonna guess
Nothing.
nothing familiar. Okay.
Nothing. No, not even nothing familiar. It's nothing.
Oh, so there's just the blizzard and the people.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you both continue to yell out to this family as they tread past you, your vision is taken once again into the you're thrown, almost your feet moving on their own. Not even moving, you're levitating off the ground as you're forced forward at immense speed as you are both now floating over this town. In the distance, you can see there is a larger city. You do recognize this city in the distance. Not the one that you're hovering over. This is like a smaller town. In the distance, there's a large city that you recognize to be Ironforge, the ancestral home of the Stormhammers. And as you guys hover over this village, you watch as the Asimar pulling the sled arrives outside of this large warehouse-like structure. As he knocks on the door, and a slit is opened like an eye hole. And you hear the voice ring out, "Pay the debt." As the eye hole slides shut, you hear multiple locks. It opens, and as he goes to enter, a hand pushes him into the snow. As 4 individuals exit the warehouse, one of them being a high elf, the other ones being a mix. There's an orc, a dwarf, and a tabaxi.
Mm-hmm.
They all exit. As the high elf standing in front of them all raises his voice. "Did you bring the payment?" And very weakly, the Asimar stands. He turns his wrist over, and you watch Minerva. You were familiar with this, Eris. You were not. As the male Asimar makes some movements with his hand, you watch as the symbol of the Dimir appears on his forearm. He goes, "Yes." And he looks back at his wife, who's clutching the baby, not wanting to let it go. The male Asimar takes the baby out of her hands, rips the baby out, and the baby starts crying again as he hands it to the high elf. "Does it have a name?" And you watch the Asimir male looks up to the high elf. "Asha." And your vision is taken, zoomed inside of the warehouse. And you guys are not yourselves. Or at least, Eris, you're standing over, seems to be this child as at the age of 10, as the tabaxi. You can see your furred hands and your paws as you backhand Asher. And he falls to the ground. "You are too weak of your strength." You can feel this voice exiting your mouth, Eris, that is not yours, and you have no control over your body. As Asher wipes the blood running from his lip and stands up, and he goes for another round of this training course that has been set up for him. And as you do so, Asher, you are seeing through your younger self as you are you're halfway through the training course when this hefty, you feel this strong pain in your gut as Minerva, you're the dwarf that you saw previous outside of the warehouse, who drops invisibility and has punched Asher in the gut, and he drops off of the monkey bars that he's climbing across and slams into the ground. "You must be vigilant at all times." Minerva, this is a voice that you're not familiar with, that you have no control with coming out of your mouth, as Asher stands again. Wing, Chef, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was 15 when Wing left, right?
16, yeah.
So as your visions, you like blink, both as the tabaxi and the dwarf, and your visions are taken again in front of this altar. You can't really make out, because this is not what the vision is trying to show you. You can't really make out what the altar is. But you watch as a now older, about 15 or 16-year-old Asher stands in front of the high elf. Our training is almost complete. What you must do is travel the world, or at least the north. You will have 3 years to gain as much knowledge as you can. Back to me, and if it is sufficient, be done, and a member of the Demir you will be. And you watch Wing or Asher, bruised and scarred. He has a black eye, nods towards the high elf as he turns, and as his parents once did, wandered off into a blizzard to an unknown. As a few months go by, or what you would all like, you would just like as a montage as you watch Asher travel through the wilderness, find a small cave to sleep in. Eventually, he comes across a group of bugbears. Oi, who are you? What are you doing here? And you watch as Asher explains sharing a rabbit that he hunted down the night before with this group of bugbears who devour it. Asher has not left any, in fear for his life, if anything. Eventually, he is brought back, and Minerva and Eris, you watch as he. Or outside of Craghammer, Minerva. And Eris, you've heard of them.
Here you
Oh
go.
man.
Restart that.
Oh
Discord cut
no.
out for me at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Discord on my side.
Minerva, you have seen this before, and Eris, you have heard of them, but this is the Herd of Storms. This is the bugbear horde that when they were gathering for the attack, or they weren't prepared for. As Wing or Asher is brought into this big, like into the center of the horde, this larger bugbear approaches. Who be this? And you watch as the one bugbear standing next to Asher approaches. Well, this be Asher. He wants to join us. Well, wait, this is where Asher would have told him his name was Wing, correct?
I think they gave him the name Wing. So he would have said he didn't have a name.
You're right. You're right. Well, we found this kid. He was in the middle of the woods. So we asked him if he was okay. He had a rabbit. It was nice. And we thought it would be cool if he joined us. And you watch as the larger bugbear goes, we have our own ways. And the bugbear standing next to Asher goes, yeah, I know. So I was thinking we can maybe initiate him, rough him up a bit, and then if he lives, then he can join us. And the chief goes, fight Lug, and if he survives, he can walk with us. And Minerva, when your vision was overlooking this scenario, your vision, then once you blink, your vision is now in the middle of this crowd as you tower over bugbears walking into the circle where Asher is, as you hear this voice bellow out from you. Oh, that's the one you want me to rough up? All right, we could do that. And you crack your knuckles. And you, Eris, you watch now through the chieftain's eyes, or the chief of the bugbear's eyes, as Lug honestly viscerates Wing to a bloody pulp. And as Wing is on his last legs, you watch, or Asher is on his last legs, you watch as Lug raises both of his arms over his head for like a sledgehammer, as there's a small click as Asher's tattoos, his Asimir tattoos, begin to light up. And just for a second, very small angelic wings protrude from his back as he does a Hadouken and does like an uppercut with the wings. And Lug is put back on his hind feet and almost falls over as his jaw is now broken, just from the speed that the wings lifted Asher up off the ground. And as he does this, Wing would drop to his knees and pass out. And then it would skip again. To Wing on, or to Asher on like a scouting mission with a few bugbears. As the one bugbear goes, "All right, Wing, this is it. We need to go and take out those antelope so we can have some food for the night. If not, we'll just have to eat you." And you watch as Asher like looks over to this bug and goes, "I'm just kidding. It's a little bugbear humor for you."
I like him.
And then it fast forwards again to a 3-year-older Wing walking towards the same small town in the blizzard that you saw in the beginning of the vision. He approaches and he is met by the Tabaxi. And as you guys are following him at this point. You're not floating, you're on your feet following him. As he enters, the Tabaxi knocks on the door and the door opens as Asher enters. After explaining to him what he's done for the past 3 years, learning of some type of falling out within the empire of Taldore, hearing that business for thieves guilds and mercenaries and assassins alike has become increasingly wealthy in the city of Iman. And after learning this, the High Elf nods and says, "Your training is now complete. Congratulations." And Wing does, or Asher, this will be another montage, but you guys see Asher doing odd jobs for the Demir, going on and forth. You see him meet a woman. You see them fall in love.
Aww.
Watch a child be born. And Wing/Asher almost lives a happy life. Arrives. And as you all are sitting in the living room watching Asher and his wife and his newborn baby just have a nice family, a letter slides under the door. As Wing reads it, you both cannot see the words, but you can see with a marked inked, like an ink mark, an ink stamp, a candle wax stamp, the sigil of the Demir. Well, Minerva would know this. Eris is the same symbol that you saw. It would be all over his training facility that you saw him in, and then the symbol that showed up on the male Asimar's arm in the beginning of the vision. It's the same sigil on this letter. As you watch Asher's facial expression change to worried, like sweat almost immediately begins to bead down his head as he slams through the door and looks around. And you watch as a very familiar Tabaxi, the yellow eyes peering through an alleyway, just dip into it. As Wing fiercely turns around and gives his wife a kiss and kisses his new baby on the head, packs his thing and immediately heads. And as your visions fade all the way south, you watch as Asher enters Iman, establishes business, infiltrates the class, becomes a member of the class under the ruse of the Demir. You watch as Asher meets with this shadowy figure every other week, discussing his findings, discussing his infiltration of the class. You watch as he's put off in an alleyway by Seeker Asum. You listen as Asum tells him about these people that are trying to do good and that need help. And then Minerva and Eris for the first time, Minerva for the second time. You watch as you all go through the sewers of Iman. You watch as Minerva, you watch yourself let this ex-class member go as Wing stops her as she's walking away. And you hear the phrase, and it almost bases in your ears, Minerva. can I ask you a few questions? And Eris, you watch as Minerva lets this hooded woman go as she begins to run out of the sewers. Wing stops her and says the phrase, can I ask you a few questions? Then for the first time, Minerva, you watch as Asher takes a dagger and stabs the woman first, and then goes to stab himself. First time around, but now you're seeing it.
Is this the first time going through these memories that we, to our knowledge, have seen him kill someone or try to?
Oh, you've seen him. You haven't, like, this is the first time you've seen him kill someone with the Sentinels.
Okay. So he has. We do know now that he's killed before, or is it just there just a general sense, judging by these memories, that he's had to probably kill before in his work?
The general sense that Minerva was letting this woman go, and Wing killed her before she could get away.
What means have we seen Asher throughout his training kill people before even meeting the
Not through
Sentinels?
training, but with the Bugbear Horde, he did kill people. Not through the training. You watch as Asher flying in the air with this blue-scaled kobold in his hand, unconscious. And you watch as Wing looks down at this kobold. He opens his eyes and smiles as a fireball explodes around Wing and Genyu. As Wing lets Genyu go, he falls. And Minerva, you're seeing this now. Minerva wasn't really present for this. Actually, no, Minerva would have. I think you were in the.
She was there.
She was in
I
the.
think you fell out the window.
She was in the keep.
No,
She
she
didn't see
came
this at all.
out. She came out. The
came-
Malekith
never mind.
asked for everyone
Came
to be
out.
outside, so everyone came out. Minerva was
True.
not.
Oh yeah, that
So
was this
Minerva, you're reliving this, but Eris, you're seeing for this first time as this blue kobold just skyrockets towards the ground, just plunges towards the ground rather at like 80 feet, 70 feet in the air, and just a crater is left as he impacts into the ground and dies. And you watch as Alpha begins to beat one of these hooded figures until their face is like a mush, and it's no longer a face. It's like just a pile of goo. Watch as Asher sits in his room and begins to speak to himself. As this black smoke-like ichor begins to revolve around his person, as Wing is just speaking to himself, listing off names. Jared Shadoweye. One name you hear. The only name you recognize. You watch, standing next to Asher as he watches you all leave the keep to head to Craghammer for the first time. He turns, hires those two guards, puts them posted in front of his own bedroom where his wife and child are. And you watch as he looks down at Seldor, the Raven, as the Raven looks back up at Asher. And then you're back in a blizzard. But this time you're both floating. It's hard to see. As you watch Asher fly by you with his wings, looking sickly and weak. His wings beginning to fall apart and become this, like as he flies, the feathers rip off, either from the wind from the blizzard or from something else. Minerva, seeing Asher like this, you know what his destination is. As your vision is taken again, just snapped from you, sitting around a campfire, as you watch Asher crash into the ground. And I believe Alpha and Glacius were on watch.
I think Everest was
And
as
Minerva
well.
and Eris, you watch as Alpha. Oh yeah, that's right. It was Alpha and Everest.
Mhm.
Minerva and Eris, you watch as Alpha and Everest run over and begin to just tuck Wing, shivering. His clothes are soaking wet and frozen over. Begin to wrap him up in blankets. Minerva and Eris, you get this. Well, Minerva especially, you get this sense. Wing told you he had memory loss. This event. as your vision goes again, arriving in Craghammer. Or no, sorry, arriving in the brewery town where the explosions were had, and you guys are inside of Rusty's wagon. Eris, like I said, you're experiencing, instead of saying it every time, you're experiencing all of this for the first time. Minerva, this is all just a repeat for you, but you're catching things that you didn't the first time. As you see Wing / Asher is talking to himself in the back of the cart, as you all are helping around the brewery town, as he peeks out and looks at all the destruction. You guys arrive in Craghammer, go down to the Underdark, lose Jared, and you're watching all this. As Asher, you are both now looking out of Asher's eyes as he sinks both of his daggers into Jared and kills him on the second level of the pyramid. Your vision goes dark. You feel this heat coming from behind you both. As you turn around, Minerva, your eyes, you can't believe as you watch Blackrock Keep in ruin and in flames. As Wing lands in the middle of both of you and his wings come out as he falls to his knees, bloodied and broken and stabbed, the Wing that you guys know now. As you watch Garrosh Hellscream drag his wife by the hair out of the burning and destroyed Blackrock Keep and lay her out in front of him as he smiles towards Wing and brings his axe down. And as he does, as soon as the axe hits the tip of his wife's head, she just turns into a flock of crows and ravens rather. As you hear a voice behind you. Hasn't happened yet. And you all turn. Wing, you are now present. As Wing, you turn with Minerva and Eris and see your son, almost you, standing with a staff and Seldor on his shoulders. This is where you're headed. As Wing, you turn back towards Garrosh as he begins to walk towards you, all three of you. I'll put all your heads on spikes. I need you, all three of you, to roll initiative.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
I
Oh
know.
my
like,
goodness.
I was like, they're going to
I
have to
wasn't
fight
sure,
something.
but I was like,
know.
wait a
Let's
second.
go, boys.
Let's go, boys.
Garrosh?
Shit, y'all are fighting Garrosh. Have fun with that.
I knew from the beginning
But
you were going
You guys did
Fight
hear
something.
Lucas did say, this isn't a memory.
This is
This is
Yeah.
where you're headed. Oh.
this is probably like a weakened version of Garrett.
Yeah.
That we don't know his full
We need to
name.
go kill him right now. I am happy I'm
Just-
not
yeah, let's
here.
just-
Yeah, let's not
This isn't
bother
full
with
power.
that.
And I will say, as you all roll initiative, Wing does let out this just horrid yell that's almost like a yelp or a cry as like he charges forward towards Garrosh. Because in this situation, you just watched him kill your wife.
Yeah,
You watched it.
I'm
And
reasonably
I need to
upset.
get
reasonably.
Reasonably.
Not over the top or
Upset is
anything. Just reasonably.
upset is an understatement.
she's just a wife. He can go get another one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
They're
right.
replaceable.
He stated many times that if his wife dies, just casually, out of game, of course,
Uh-huh.
then I'll just like go get a lure or some shit.
Thought you were going for Anduin. Anduin.
Or Anduin.
You know,
Anduin.
Chef?
Anyway,
Who's your second choice?
And a bu-
If your wife was to die, what's Wing's second choice?
you'd have to ask him.
Rip.
Oh
Oof.
god, no. Not it.
Not it. I know who left. Was it just Music
But
Bot?
that was the bot. That was the
Okay.
bot. Don't worry.
Well, y'all can
As
have
As
fun
for
with that.
Inu says not it.
Garrosh is
I
not
know.
Inu says
fun.
I got it for you, buddy.
Garrosh is not a fun fight. Y'all have fun.
He's a fuck. I know his class. I know. I don't know his full class level, but I know what he's comprised of.
Bad.
I know his more.
Yeah, badness. That's
Yeah.
exactly
Terrifying.
what he's comprised of.
And amazing.
Badness and
100%
evil and just ugly.
Was it
as well.
Sylvanas, the red dragonborn, who fought with us in Oman when we first killed that demon?
I think it was Sylvanas, yeah.
He was a fighter barbarian.
Nice.
See, Thoros,
I
I do
always
pay
thought
attention.
Sylvanas was blue, though. I didn't realize he was red.
He's a
No,
giant
No,
red dragon.
your character was blue. He was
See?
red.
Yeah,
Fucking. Yeah.
He's red.
This was before I made Corrin, okay?
I remember things about this game sometimes.
I did
Occasionally.
too.
Every now and
He
then.
just remembers a lot.
25,
When you're lucky.
25, 20.
Eris got
Eris
20.
got 20.
Nobody.
Wait,
Eris
Eris
got
got 20.
wait, no, I have. Oh yeah, no, 20. Yeah.
20, like that's
20
it?
and- Yeah,
Yep,
just 20.
20 flat.
20 to 50. Well, I'll just, since there are only two of you, what'd you guys
16.
get, Minerva?
16.
And. Oh, nice.
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Obviously, Wings' dex is higher, so he'll go first.
Yeah.
Is it?
What?
If you even have a +1
Alright.
modifier, you're higher.
Plus
as
3,
Wing
baby.
comes on, as Wing comes up. Oh, Wing, by the way,
Yes.
you have your arcane abilities back.
Do I have
Ooh.
my clerical abilities, or are you or do I really quickly need to make a bard spell list?
Oh, you have your cleric abilities. If that's all you
Okay.
want to do. You have access to your bard abilities if you want.
Yep, let me just look up them spells, see if there's anything.
Okay, because as you get up and rush towards Garrosh, he is going to start charging at you, and he's going to take 2 swings with his great axe at you.
Not very nice of
First
him.
one
Is Wing within
is
5 feet of
a
me?
20. Yeah, he is.
Disadvantage on the first attack.
19, so it is lower.
Jeff?
The 19 hit you, Jeff.
Yeah. Weirdly enough.
Damn, dude, get higher.
take-
AC.
Get some heavy armor, boy.
Take 11 points of slashing damage from the first attack.
Oh, wait, I'm
Everest,
not
you
wearing
don't
my
know.
armor either.
Tricky to fly.
Everest,
Yes, you are.
Everest,
Yes, you are.
you don't have heavy armor.
If
I
I
was
wasn't
like-
wearing my heavy armor
second
outside the
attack.
dream, do I have it on in the dream?
Yes. Because that's how it was.
And you
at
have it
first.
on right now.
Yeah.
You have it on
Okay.
right now. 14 misses you, right, Jeff? Right, Wing?
Yeah, it does.
Right. So the second slash from the axe comes down, and you're able to just sideswipe it as it crashes into the ground. Eris, is your turn as you watch this unfolding.
Okay. Alright. So you're gonna go 30 feet left, just trying to keep some distance right now. Keep a line of sight on him, and let's see. What do I have? I don't know if I want him.
I don't know.
making any
I don't know if you
attacks.
remember, Chef, but this is the dream Wing had.
Yeah,
couple sessions.
of course I remember. Are you kidding? Yeah.
It's a kind of impressionable dream.
Okay, 2 shots. First shot is she's gonna spend a point of grit and make a dazing shot, so I'll roll, but that's gonna be a con save that he's gonna have to make. Constitution save at DC 16 if I'm correct.
Roll my dice.
So I gotta roll for that.
26 on con save.
He
Nice.
succeeds. I'm assuming a 12's not gonna hit him anyway, so that shot's gonna
Oof.
graze.
Nope.
Alright, so
I'll say it goes right off of his large shoulder blade.
What?
Actually, hey Elmo, you want to send a picture of Garrosh into general chat so they can
These
see
fucking these fucking attacks
What happened? You cut out for me.
so bad.
If you
Yeah,
want to
send
send
a picture of
an
the-
artwork picture of Garrosh,
Oh, sure. Give me a second.
the artwork, not the actual game model. Do like the artwork so it looks
Oh, and because of that
Okay.
too, that first gun jammed, so she's gonna have to pull out the second gun.
Ooh.
Right.
She'll have to fix Ice
Okay.
Fang later. That's not good. So she's
Well, you won't have to fix it once the dream is over.
Yeah.
no, but still fight. Okay.
It's still combat in effect.
Yeah. Well, a 15's not gonna hit you. I just know. So. That's the end of her turn. Then she can't really.
Right. Wing, it is your turn.
Yes. I'd like to cast
The axe that's coming down for you.
Spirit Guardians Inspire Minerva.
Right. So as the Spirit Guardians erupt from your Asimar form, Minerva, you are now inspired. As Wing stands tall in the face of this giant orc.
That's at 4th level, by the way.
Hey, Wing,
Oh,
Oh boy.
moving.
I'm
Look
not
at that
a fan
big
of
boy.
him.
Mia.
Damn, he's got
big
mammoth
boy.
tusks for shoulder fucking
He's
pads.
huge.
Damn.
Look at the big boy.
What a chunky lad.
He's
Damn, he
thick.
thick.
He's like
That's
triple C thick.
Double.
At least.
At
Dummy
least.
Is it? That concludes my turn.
This is what we're gonna do to your creatures or to your villains.
He's thick, Thoros. With
We're gonna
3
centralize
plus
them until
C's.
they're
Damn,
not a threat
thick.
anymore.
Damn.
He's
Chef,
big chungus.
Boy, that's a thick ass
Chef.
boy.
Yes.
He's an
Damn.
absolute
I just-
unit.
I just read Spirit Guardian, so it says he also needs to make the save when he first enters the area, so he would need to make the save now.
Okay. Need to make it now.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is it? A wisdom save?
Wisdom, yeah.
Oh man.
Ooh, nice damage.
17.
That is a success, so he
Wisdom is
takes...
his lowest stat. His wisdom is his lowest stat.
How is it not intelligence? 11
His
damage.
intelligence is right there too, but
Okay.
wisdom is lower. He's smarter than your average orc.
He's
Eh,
smarter than the average orc.
Wiser. He's actually like a lot less wiser than the average orc.
That's 11 points of radiant damage.
Right, 11 points of radiant damage.
No, that's not enough C's there, Giga. You didn't add enough C's. You said at least 3.
Right. Minerva,
that's
it's your
good.
turn.
That's enough C's.
Okay, I'm going to put my hand on Wing's shoulder and cast Heroism on him.
Ooh.
What's that thing
Hero.
do?
He is, until the spell ends, it's a concentration up to 1 minute. He is immune to Frighten, and he gains he gains 4 temporary hit points at the start of each of his turns.
Ooh.
Oh.
Nice.
And that's all I'm gonna do.
Right. So you watch as Garrosh pulls the axe out of the ground, and he goes to swing it at you again, Asher. A bolt of like a witch bolt crashes into his chest and sends him flying back towards the keep as Lucas begins to walk forward, holding his staff out. As he slams it on the ground, Seldor flies off his shoulder and begins to envelop the entire all of you. All of you get +1 AC.
Ooh.
Thanks to Seldor. As Lucas stands right next to his father and just looks towards you, Wing. And Garrosh as he stands. You watch as Garrosh takes his two-handed axe and he splits it apart and it separates into 2 separate axes.
Oh dear.
As he runs forward, he's going to take 1 slash. He's going to take 2 slashes at
Hello?
slashes at Wing
He needs to make a
and
wisdom
1
saving throw
slash
at the start of his turn. Wisdom saving.
Minerva. Wing.
Do you not hear
Thoros.
Chef? Thoros?
Thoros, wisdom saving
I
throw.
don't.
Thoros, wisdom saving
Fuck.
throw.
Because of the angels
Nope.
thingy.
Hello?
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 Natural 1. So
Aha!
six.
Awesome.
Saving throw?
He takes
Natural-
19 points of
Or
radiant
4.
damage.
Sorry, 4. Jesus. Okay. So as he takes his one axe and those 2 slashes against you, Wing. The first one was
first one.
a. Okay. It was the same roll. So
Oof.
I think it still misses though. 15, right? 15 misses you.
15 is my armor class, so that hits.
With the +1?
Okay.
You got a I got a +1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone got a +1.
Seldor is
Okay.
currently encircling the entire party. He grants a +1 AC bonus to you guys.
Oh, cool.
Then
Yeah,
that
my
misses.
computer died, so I didn't hear that.
Oh.
Okay, cool. All right, the second one is higher. That's 21 to hit.
Yeah.
So the one against you is a natural 20.
Bring it, bitch.
Ring damage is. I'm so low on damage. Only 10 points of damage to you, Wing.
That's fine.
And Minerva is the crit, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Low is 22. 22 points of slashing damage to you, Minerva.
You gotta make your concentration.
I failed.
Oof.
Shit.
Rip.
I think Spirit Guardians is down. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! Dice of wheel. Yeah, it's up.
Yeah.
Nice. As the Spirit Guardians still swarm around you, Seldor is going to use his legendary action.
Nice.
And he is going to land on Garrosh and cast Inflict Wounds.
Oh.
Oh, hey, look, it's Chef's favorite
Nice.
spell.
Garrosh is going to take
Oh boy.
13, 14, 15, 16 points of. Is it radiant? Or
Necrotic.
Oh, well.
Necrotic.
What a pathetic
Yeah,
inflict wound, honestly.
Was.
And cast it at 4th fucking level.
With crits.
Seldor
Every
doesn't
single
have-
time you cast
Seldor
it.
doesn't have. Yeah, Seldor doesn't have 4th level spell slots. But all right, Eris, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, just again, 2 shots at him for now. The first shot, I don't like this guy. So with Tundra's Chill, she's going to use a great point for a Deadeye shot, and that's an advantage on this roll. Okay. So 14 plus 10, thankfully. That's a 24 to hit.
24 does hit.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. I need to do the thing. Okay, so the bonus doesn't go off, but at the very least, I have my damage. That's 9 damage from that shot. Second shot. No, that unfortunately. What are my fucking rolls to attack? That's a 13, so that's gonna whiff. Let's see. I'm probably not gonna. No, I'm not gonna use that just yet. That's it for now. So she'll back up another 30 feet now.
Wing.
Yo.
Yo.
Your turn, sir.
Gonna use my action to envelop my starry form, invoking the dragon, and I would like to cast Mind Thrust on this big boy. And I would like him to
Alright.
make an intelligence saving throw.
Throw.
Natural 1.
Nice.
Fucking yeah. Alright, so he's gonna
That's
take
twice now.
3d6 psychic damage. So he takes 10 psychic damage, and he can only use his action to dash or disengage.
Makes him afraid of you?
No, it means he can only use his action to dash or disengage. Yeah, I'll put the descriptions in general.
Right, no problem.
Or just doesn't use his action.
Cool.
Means he can't attack.
Is that your turn?
Yes.
Right, Minerva.
Minerva.
Right, seeing as how that last spell didn't work this time, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on Wing as a bonus action,
Nice.
and then take 2 attacks on Big Boy.
Good boy.
First attack is a 26.
Doros?
I said 26 hits.
And
You
the
cut
second
out.
attack is a 27.
Nice.
20 what?
7.
Both hit.
Nice.
Mm.
Pump
Alright,
smite.
fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna smite them both.
Wow.
Are you kidding?
Aren't you only able to smite with one because it takes a
Nope.
bonus action to cast smite?
No,
doesn't.
Not
No,
for paladins.
Divine smite.
Noted.
Okay, how many d8 is that? That's 3,
It's
6.
gonna be a.
Bilker, that's
7,
for Divine
8.
Smite. If you cast a spell that has the smite, then
Oh,
Fucking
costs a bonus
3
action.
ones. God damn it.
Ooh.
boo.
What are
Yeah.
these
23
rolls?
points of
And nothing
damage.
more
These
than a
cursed
5.
rolls.
Yuck.
Hey.
I
So,
mean, we're all good in the last.
as he goes to like turn and flee, Minerva, you cut into his back twice as he falls to one knee. Lucas pounds his staff against the ground as his form turns into like 24 ravens as they fly in front of Garrosh and cut him off from escaping. As Eris, you come over to the side and aim your pistol at him as your wings extend as like your spirit guardians just encompass Garrosh and just surround him as they begin to lift him off the ground. And Seldor lands on Lucas's shoulder, and Lucas looks towards you, Wing. Listen to Garrosh as he screams.
Is it a hell scream?
It is a hell scream.
But
As everything becomes dark. And you guys watch as this green flame engulfs in this dark shadows as this skeleton reaches forward. Three of you are shocked back out of your vision into the tent of the shaman. I'll end the session there.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Guys.
Oh.
Cool. Cool.
Does using my spell slots and shit in the dream count for real world?
Oh, they don't.
Do
Okay.
you still take the damage?
Yes, but no, actually, no. You wake up, if you've taken damage, you are sore. If you fell below half, you get a point of exhaustion. But I don't think any of you fell below half.
No.
No.
What happens if you go unconscious?
You all do, like, as you hear this cackle and you see the green flame ignite in the right eye of this skeleton that just reaches forward and says, "Are you enjoying your vacation?" That's when you all, like, almost as if you feel like a stab to all your chest, you all wake up in this panic.
That's
And that's for the
disconcerting.
Hey, look, they're done.
Guys, you gotta go
Hey,
home.
guys, look. No, we don't. We're taking a fucking
We
vacation.
It's
gotta,
vacation time.
we gotta get back
It's a
home real
vacation.
quick.
Everything else in the world is on pause.
Well, this
Stop
won't
it.
be Easter when this episode comes out, but happy Easter, Internet. That was a pretty crazy fucking session. If you
Yeah,
enjoyed,
it
why don't
sounds
you go
pretty
ahead and hit that subscribe button. It would really help us out. Leave a comment in the video. What do you guys think of Wing/Asher's backstory? And what was your favorite part of learning about it? Go ahead and hit the like button as well, and turn all your notifications on by clicking the bell icon. See you guys next time on Natural 7.
Bye.
You know, it says bye in people.